All right, let me get my notes together. All right, got a little bit to talk about today. So, welcome to Getting Busy. I'm your host. This is Biscuit, and let's get busy. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming in and listening to me talk. If you want to smash that like button, hit that share button, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's YouTube at Biscuit, Bizcutt. And if you like it, talking Cowboys, let's talk Cowboys. Let's talk Cowboys. Well, just as I was expected, and I've made several inquiries about it this week, the Cowboys have officially franchise tagged George Pickens. Now, they have put the non-exclusive tag on it, which is, um, I kind of thought they was going to put the exclusive tag on there, which said that everybody else piss off, you can't have him, and but no. What this does is it gives him the right to negotiate with other teams. Okay, so they have a chance to say, "Hey, we're going to give you this much money," but the Cowboys also have the right to match that offer. Now, if they don't, that means the Cowboys get that team's uh, two first-round picks. Now, to make an offer to Pickens on this exclusive, one, obviously they got to have cap space. Two, they got to have the rights to to these two first-round draft picks. They can't just say, "Okay, we're going to do it," and then we'll make way for those picks. No, they got to have the rights to those two first-round draft picks, and they got to have the cap space. So there's not very many teams that can do it. Um, right off the bat, off my head, I could probably picture the Jets, the Titans, the Bengals, and the Raiders. And I don't know if the Bengals really have enough cap space. They'd probably have to generate. They'd probably have to cut somebody like T. Higgins to do it. So, yeah, just as I expected. Cowboys have tagged George Pickens, and they put the non-exclusive tag on him, so he can still talk to other teams. But they gotta be able to match what I just said about the picks, owning the rights to their picks, and having the cap space. Now, this also gives the Cowboys till July the 17th to sign Pickens to a long-term deal. And that's what I see is going to happen. Excuse me, I'm very sorry. Um, Obviously, we've talked in the past about scenarios of what ifs or what can be's. But right now, the fact is the Cowboys have George Pickens on their team, and he is here for at least the 2026 season. If not, then the Cowboys are going to get some compensation for him, man. So I really expect George Pickens to be in our lineup, and I expect us to do a lot of restructuring, like we've talked, and come up with a cap space to get us through these next couple years and start contending for a championship. That's what that's what I'm expecting. Now, what happens is to be seen, but that does it does help. It does help. It gets the ball started. Also today, it is official. The cap has went up to $22 million per team. Yeah, that's like I said when I was talking about the other day. It was a rumor then. It was like it was going to happen, and it did. They have officially upped the cap to 301.2 million for per team and added another 76.6 million in benefits. That's a total of 378.8 million bucks per team. What a big jump, man. So they got money to spend. Now we got to generate some money. Now we got to put a team on that field. Now it's the time now to let's get a negotiation heads together, and let's get this Pickens deal done. Don't keep making it wait. Let's not drag this out. Let's not make this time consuming like the Cowboys. But the Cowboys this week have straight up went to work. They have. You know, we're going to hit a bump in the road with Aubrey. It looked like, and I think it's looking like they're going to slap a second round tender on him. So, will teams want to give up a second round pick for Pickens? For Aubrey. I don't know, but I'm not ready to talk about a kicker right now. I'm ready to talk about this amazing wide receiver that we have in our building, official, that they have slapped that tag on him now. It doesn't necessarily mean that, obviously things can happen. Pickens say, I'm not going to sign the tag, and he can say, I'm not going to sign that tag, and he won't sign. If he don't sign the tag, then it could really get ugly from there. So chances are, let's get this done. Let's get our negotiating skills on. Obviously, his agent and Jerry have a past, and not a good past. Just last year was not good. So let's put it together and get this deal done, and let's not drag it out till somebody breaks the market, because he's not the only free agent wide receiver that's up. So let's get it done, Jerry, please. No sense in dragging that out. Get it done. Let's have a full team going into training camp, man. Nobody holding out. I mean, this would just be perfect. Nobody holding out. No injuries. Just going into training camp 100%. Everybody on the right page and ready to play some football and get ready for the 2026 season. Man, don't that sound great? Man, that sounds awesome. But this is the Dallas Cowboys we're talking about. So why? And when we want it to be smooth, let's just keep our fingers crossed. Just keep our fingers crossed. But I am happy that they are making efforts, and I personally believe they're going to get this done. And George Pickens will be a member of the Dallas Cowboys in the 2026 season. He will be available to trade. This is what I'm looking forward to, and I hope. And we don't drag this out no more. The rumors are flying, and like the other day, the Brandon Aubrey thing, which that's neither here nor there. I don't even want to talk about that. Calvin Watkins. That's what I think about you right now. Had us all believing that shit. Anyway, this is official. Pickens is franchise tagged. And I want to see a deal get done. I want to see this team full power. And got to watch a little bit of the combine yesterday with I was on if you call it my boy Spartan. I was on his live yesterday, and we was watching. A bunch of us were watching the combine, and if y'all know, I'm having some issues with some health issues with my wife right now, so I'm not able to really continue to do a lot of work, and what little brief I get to do this right now is a blessing. But we're going to get through this. We are going to get through this. This is just a little blip in the road right now. She's going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. We're going to get through this. God willing, we're going to be just fine. So, she's strong. She's tough. She's taking it day by day. It's going to be a long recovery right now. So, anyway, I couldn't stay on long, and I got to miss the one I wanted to see the most, and that was Sonny Styles. How about that 4.47? Yeah, linebacker. That's the linebacker we want. And I do believe he will be available at pick 12. Yeah. Of course, if you caught my content, I'm all about getting Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles, but all points and purposes, when you start looking at the drafts and the teams and the wants and the needs, and chances are we may have a shot at one of the two, which would be Sonny Styles, and then we could probably look probably for an edge rusher at pick 20, or we can start looking to trade back. That's still an option. Trade back, get more players. Why not? We've talked about it, but we have to keep that 12 pick. We have to keep that 12 pick. Uh, there's a lot of defensive players, a lot of work, a lot of good players on defense in this draft, and we if anybody needs them, it's the Cowboys. Like I said, we can't go wrong. We can't go wrong. We cannot go wrong. We need everything. I've been reading and reading, and I haven't seen anything they're talking about Clowney. Last thing I seen was just the other day. Stephen Jones says that he's going to talk it over Christian Parker, and they're going to make a decision. You know, if Clowney will can fit into his schemes or not. And I think by all points of purpose, he's a hell of a pro, and he will. But I at this point, you know, it's Parker's ball game, and we got to put our faith into him. Would I love to keep Clowney? I love Jadavian Clowney, man. I was a fan of him way before he came to Dallas or before he even made it to the pro. So when I seen him hit that guy, knock that damn helmet off his head, force him to fumble, then he picks up all in one play. Oh my God! Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've been a Jadavian Clowney fan, man, and I was glad he came to Dallas, and I was glad we got the 8 sacks out of him. But I was mad is that we took so long to get him, and we get him late in his career. I mean, we've had chance after, and they've wanted him for a long time. Don't get me wrong. Just the price never came in where they were willing to pay, but they brought him in off the couch, paid him some low money, and he balled. He balled, and now he's worth more money. It's going to take some money to keep him. Whether or not the Cowboys want to pay it, that's yet to be seen. I haven't talked too much about it because the guys that they're worried about the most right now is the three guys we've been talking about this week, and that's obviously Javonte Williams signed, George Pickens tagged, and Aubrey is probably looking more like he's going to get a second round tender. Which means they are wanting to keep these guys. They are really wanting to keep these guys. So we'll be looking into Jadeveon Clowney as we go forward. Whether or not he's going to be a Cowboy next year, I would welcome him with open arms. But we also got to see if he's going to be able to what Christian Parker wants. If Christian Parker don't want him, and then he says no, that he wants to go in a different route, then we got to put our faith in Christian Parker. This is our defensive coordinator. This is a guy that was vetted, looked at, and the guy that's an up and coming star. And when you look over at Philadelphia's secondaries, and you see he's really good. That goes for Denver too. So I'm gonna leave my faith into my coaches and what they're looking to do. Um, I've said that about Schottenheimer. Um, I want to try to trust my coaches a little bit more. I want to stop having management get in the way. So let them. And I love that Stephen Jones actually said, "I want to talk to Christian Parker, and we'll talk about Javion Clowney then." I like that. He's not stepping on no toes. And now you're going to have this guy whether you like it or not, and this is that. So kudos. I love that. That That's telling me something right there. That we are definitely going a different route this year. It's different. It's different. Something just feels different. This is not what we're used to. I mean, we're talking years of this, decades of this. Yeah, this is not. We're not hiring a former head coach to be a coordinator. We're giving somebody a chance to be a first-time head coordinator or be a defensive coordinator. We're not hiring another coach off the street to be our head coach. We promoted our offensive coordinator to head coach, and it's somebody that everybody says, no, 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 that's not who we want. But certain coaches said, yeah, that's exactly who you want. Coaches like Pete Carroll, Rex Ryan, Mike McCarthy, coaches that's been there and done it in this league, and it has done it with him. So yeah, and what I've seen from him, like I said, Schottenheimer's starting to make a believer out of me, and I'm just letting him do his thing. Him having this off season to hire, he got to hire the defensive coordinator. He got to interview him. It was his call. And not only that, he didn't just go after one. He went. I think they said he had over 40 interviews, 14 possible defensive. When I say 40 interviews, I'm not talking all defensive coordinators. I'm talking about their staffs and all that too. I'm pretty sure that's what he meant by that, because from what I've read, there was like 14 interviews with as a defensive coordinator, and the job was won by Parker. So yeah, congratulations. We get to talk about and still negotiate with Pickens for a while to come. Um, I hope that God we get this done fast and we don't let it drag all the way out where there's going to be a holdout and all that. I just want to get through this. I'm so over that. I'm so over that. What happens when somebody holds out? They're not up to par. They're not at their very very best. We don't want that. Waiting on for them to get in shape after about 3 games. Hell, we could go. You never know with this team. You can go 0-3 or 1-2. You should never know. You don't want that. You need to go 3-0. That's a different story. I just want the team to be at full power, going to training camp, all through training camp, and opening up on opening day at full power. Everybody's happy, and we have a new defense. We have a new defensive scheme, and we have a new because this year we're facing that NFC West, man, and it's gonna get kind of tough out there. We're facing that. So yeah, I want to have everybody together on the page, going through all the camps, all the mini camps, all the workouts, all the mandatory shit, all the volunteer shit. I just want to see this team just come together like we want them to look like a really, really devoted team. And that's where we are. So we got Pickens franchise tagged. We've got Williams signed for a 3-year deal. And now we need to start getting work on that. And also, we got the $22 million cap raise. Big week, big week. And now the combine's going on. I'm going to get a chance to check some combines workouts here in a little bit. I wanted to be there. I really wanted to be there, but there's just other things that's more important, and I had not I didn't get a chance to go. I really wanted to go and see it for myself, um, but it is what it is. I'm here. I'm still paying attention, and we're still going to talk Cowboys, and we're still going to tell the world We are them boys. And until next time, y'all, have a good one.